because what we're looking for is we're looking for deeper relationships. And when we speak about a balanced life, we want to balance church life, balance family, balance business, workforce life. We're looking for a balance.
Good evening, everybody.
Back again.
Welcome to ABL.
A balanced life.
So, yes, one interesting one that I've always wanted to see if you, Yako. Is love enough?
Is love enough? What kind of question is that?
Is love enough?
Well, it's a good question for this week. Is love enough? Mm-hmm. I know, for example, most people when they begin dating, you always hear, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Mm-hmm. The guy comes and I love you, the girl says, I love you too. And then they enter into marriage or they become a couple and they believe that love will take them all the way, which I don't believe will do. So I think there are things that need to be added to love. What do you say?
Okay, so one thing that I always say to people, especially the young guys that are getting married, is I would say, you know, when we hear of people divorcing and we're hearing of people separating or going in the different ways, they're fed up of the marriage. Those people or those couples were actually at some point of their life very, very, very much in love.
That's so true.
Yes, love is important, very, very important, but I don't think it's enough to.
So let's call today's session. All right?
Is love enough?
Is love enough? Mm-hmm. So in other words, we need something that will supplement love, because love is not enough. Because if people divorce because of love, people go their separate ways whilst they're in love in a marriage. So there are other stuff that they're supposed to supplement or enhance love. Mm-hmm. You know, one of the things is, for example, is morals and values. I'm sure you wouldn't want to date a guy or you want to be in a relationship with a guy who has no values, no standards of behavior, no system of belief of some sort.
But don't you see a person before you go into? For me to say, come on now.
No, I'm saying your guys are dating now, and now you want to take the next step. Probably you want to go and you want to marry that guy.
Yeah.
But now if you're saying I love you, and the guy's got no morals, no values, what governs him?
Okay.
What governs her? What are the systems of belief? There must be something that governs that person. There must be some kind of value, some kind of standards, integrity, respect, honesty. Imagine dating somebody who's not honest. Like for example, integrity. A guy must have integrity, or a lady must have integrity. Some kind of truth in them. So I think that's one of them.
Okay, and
self-control.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, self-control also.
Because now, who wants to marry somebody that every 2 seconds you have to watch over your shoulder? I know, well, we live in a different world these days, but...
If somebody goes out their house, right? And if they have no self-control, you don't know what they are doing. That's what I'm speaking about. That's why I said first morals and then values. Then I'm saying that is... If there's something governing you, then obviously you're going to have some kind of self-control.
But do you think that people can hide in danger? Like you make when you meet them, you feel like they have all those things, and then a couple of months down the line, they change on you. Can somebody fake something like that?
They can fake, but you can't fake for too long. It depends. That's what I'm saying. It depends on what governs you. Like, let me say, for example, some women, because of their beauty, they believe that their beauty can give self-control to the guy. So the guy can be controlled because she's beautiful. So they believe that the guy can be controlled by that. Yeah. But there are so many other beautiful women around. Yeah. So when he goes out, like, do you remember when we started? Remember what we said when we became born again? And then I told you that what takes me out and brings me back in one state is my fear for God. So that you can trust that as I'm out there, I'm not doing any funny stuff because of the fear I have for God. Besides the fact that you can check my phone, you can do all the other things, but there's only so much you can do as a woman.
And I think one other thing that you can add there, character.
Character, yes.
Oh my goodness. They always say, character, beauty can take you into a marriage.
Wow.
And you will actually get the ring and you will be the missus that you've always wanted to be. But a character is the one thing that takes you out. And yet, if you look at just typical me and you, every person.
No. Say it again.
Character.
Beauty
can take you into
takes
a
you
marriage.
in.
But character is the one thing that will actually take you out.
Wow.
Because now, I mean, you've been living as you for so many years.
Wow.
And now you have to now come and live with someone else. That's where those character traits, because when we are dating, I think it's one of those aspects to it. We are dating for a short while, so we're going out, we don't spend that much time together.
Okay.
So we forever like just a few hours, I see you and you go back to where you stay, I go back to where I stay. But if you have to stay with me 24/7, you're going to see some other things, some other traits that I have that you might not like. So it's how we now say, because when going back to our topic, is love enough? Will when your character, the true you comes out, what is that one thing that will govern you guys and still keep you guys together?
All right. And I think one we can add to that is probably perseverance. So when you are in there and you are a couple, right? In terms of failure, how do you guys deal with failure together? You know?
Okay, in the way of failure, the problem is that when I believe that when we get married, or one thing when we talk about marriage, as friends, we have this tendency to think that marriage is all rosy every day. You're gonna wake up. I know that one brother was saying that the ladies of these days, they think that marriage is fairy tale. Oh, it's so cool, it's so cute for a guy to be wearing an apron, or a guy to be doing certain things for you. But it's when you get inside there, he might not do it. He might do it when you guys are still dating. Okay. But once we are married and it is not doing it anymore, that's how do you deal with that?
Yeah, but that shouldn't be the case. So that's what I'm saying in terms of now failure, disappointment. How like dealing with disappointment as a couple, because as we are going as we are continuing the years, we will go through some stuff. Yeah. But how do we persevere through these disappointments, through the difficulties, through the failures? How do we hold each other's hands, and walk through those moments? Like for example, it's not a good thing when people have a miscarriage in a marriage. Yeah. So how do we hold each other during like difficult situations like that? Sometimes we lose children, sometimes lose jobs, like how this COVID-19 thing came and people lost jobs. One. So how do you deal? So we need to have perseverance. So love, yes, but we need to have perseverance.
And the one thing that I've always said that when it comes to us is that, out of everything else, apart from everything else, it's how we treat each other at our lowest state that matters most. Because if we are able to, like the thing that we always say, when we don't have money, how we treat each other and how we respect one another when there's no money will make it easier for us by the time we become millionaires or we do get that money, that we are, we didn't, because when let's say we don't have money and we're always fighting and we say all kinds of things. So yes, by the time because of the situation, by the time you reach a peak of your life and you have everything in your disposal, the one thing that you're not going to have is that love. Because what happened, the time when we were at our lowest, we couldn't handle it. And because we couldn't treat each other, we treated each other as enemies now, as if the money or the finances was the one problem, one thing that was keeping us together. So when we leave that one thing that keeps us together, and it's not founded on love and it's not founded on respect, when we're up there, now you're going to find a problem where
it's like losing a house, losing a car, and then all of a sudden it feels like,
let's say you're not working now, or I'm not working.
You're not working.
So now,
what we're doing now,
are you now going to make me feel like I'm a failure? So does it mean that I'm a failure, I'm useless, and I'm no good for nothing because I've just lost certain things? If the marriage is founded, it's based on that, then definitely by the time you do become okay, because it's just a temporary thing. One thing that I always say about time is that it's a beautiful thing, because time allows you to go through different stages, and it allows you to move with time. And whatever situation you find yourself in now, it's temporary.
That's true.
You will go through it. And by the time I do get a job, are you now going to say you're going to treat me differently because of...
So
but
basically,
remember,
we have to persevere through these difficult moments, through these difficult times, and it helps us.
The most important people that we have
Is us. That's the most important.
Apart from everything, apart from
That's very
kids, because
important.
kids will come and frustrate the marriage.
Not frustrate, but it can shift the focus. I don't want to say
Yes.
frustrate, but the kids can shift the focus from us. Like I know most couples don't go on holidays because
kids.
they don't go on romantic vacations because they always think about the kids. So it can frustrate. It can frustrate what is happening between us if our focus is there. Like most people, when they reach the latter parts of
That's when
their
you see
marriages, when the kids are gone, and now we have to be there, just me and you.
And then you find you've grown apart.
Yeah.
You've grown apart.
It happens. You can't even speak to each other.
So,
All right.
Perseverance.
What else? I think I look at stuff like knowledge. I mean, we can look down on knowledge, but knowledge is important because I look at improving yourself. Yeah, I look at you, for example, when you did your MBA. All right. Okay, not only your MBA, your also your qualification. I look at those years, but I use the MBA as an example. When you were there,
all the time.
Tell us now how did you get through it? Because now, as a husband, as a father, I had to be involved.
Yeah.
Because most of the time you were busy, and I had to understand that that was what you were doing.
Yes.
So that is when I speak about knowledge, we get to that time whereby, yes, we love each other, but if we're not willing to grow, so I allowed you to grow when you were pursuing your MBA. How was that experience?
Well, I think it's a blessing first to be married to somebody who can actually cover for you when you're in school, because most of the time you spend so much of time at school at that particular time and not really much at home, especially my weekends. I'm always gone. But the fact that as partners, we were able to communicate that, now you know that you're going to be covering the kids for the next, how much? 3 years?
Yeah.
3 years.
And Ella was how old? Ella was Ella was just...
Ella, no, not even.
She wasn't
born yet. She was born when I was graduating.
Oh, Ella was born.
So the other one
was Levi.
Yeah. But they were small. So that's why I'm saying that it's that whole thing that, sometimes I know that when I look at I've got a family member, when she was studying and she was married, the guy was actually intimidated. So in nowadays, it's that one thing that our pursuit of education shouldn't be the reason why the other person become intimidated. So
especially
I think,
guys.
that's true.
Because now the lady starts getting paid more than you because she's improving herself. So most guys don't want to see their women going to school. I remember when I was at the Joseph Business School, right? And every Saturday I was gone. And
it was my turn.
It was
my
your
turn
turn
now
to take care of
think.
things.
So it's like one of those times that communication will always bring that whole thing that now it's your turn to do something, and because we understand that it's the betterment of the family.
Yeah.
We are growing together. We're growing in different streams, but we are growing. And that is important.
So there needs to be growth, because yes, we love each other, but if we are not pursuing growth together, especially studying, not only studying as in formal education, but just education, making sure that we grow, whether business wise, whether knowledge wise. I think that's important, And another thing that we spoke about last week probably is just that whole compromising and be able to sacrifice. Yeah.
It's sacrificing because it's your personal free time, and now it's an inconvenience when the one person is always gone. But it's understanding. But also when you do come back, you better make it up.
When coming, like for example, I was cooking. I mean, I know most guys. It's fine for guys to cook. It's fine for guys to change the diapers, change the children's diapers, take care of the children, bath the children. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that, because it's not written in some stone somewhere engraved that we're not supposed to do that. But in order for us to grow, we need to learn how to do stuff like that. So it's not only your job I didn't marry you to become my helper,
Yes.
my housewife, for you to cook, wash the clothes. I mean, we can partner in that.
Yeah.
We can do that together.
I think if we like the whole thing of partnership, because the reason also why I would say that love is not enough, as when it comes to partnership, how willing are we? Because now that's what frustrates people, that you find that you now doing everything. You the one party is now doing everything, and now they're getting fed up.
And they say,
They
I love
get
you.
it fed up.
Then the guy just keeps on saying, but you know I love you. But you know I love you. All right, so love is not enough. There are some things that must
It's important,
supplement.
yes.
It's important, but there's some things that must supplement
Supplement.
love. So one of the things is finances, but I think we'll deal with finances next time.
I think finances must get its own topic.
We'll deal with finances next time. But these are the things that must supplement love. So if you love each other and if you love me, let's add these things to enhance, to complete the love. So love gets better when these things are added. Thank you so much for listening to our babbling.
As usual. Thank you so much. Thank you, Saif.